Just calling it. So I'm gonna do a quick video to help you boost net. Go to net settings. Go to settings, and then go to network. You gotta go to apps. Check the storage, display. You gotta check all these accessibility, location off, Google. So what you want to do first is clear your Google history, clear as much, and you gotta go through all your apps and see. Sometimes there's 31 apps, and then sometimes this is a pretty new phone with no apps installed, but sometimes it could go up to 40 to 80 apps on a cell phone, and sometimes they download like app selectors, app hub. Uh, so what you want to try to do is go to network and internet and turn off the private DNS, turn off hotspot, turn off, well, I don't know about data saver yet, turn off Wi-Fi, and then there's also mobile and network and things like that. Make sure those are set to mobile data, probably no roaming, app data, and then data, and then there's a more advanced carrier video calling. You could turn that off. So the more stuff you have turned off, uh, the more you narrow down to the basics. And then that's just network. So yeah, just to repeat that, some of the most important stuff to turn off is the Wi-Fi and the private DNS. Sometimes it has automatic or provider host. You know, um, some you want to try to keep narrow down like your phone's performance. And there's also apps. To scan apps, what you want to do is actually download a malware type of a software where it scans, it deep scans, um, and things like that. Sometimes, like, like shopping ads will just stay stuck in the background. What does malware do? Malware attacks can crack weak passwords, and bore deep into systems. So the malware will scan, and when I scanned my phone, it actually picked up, some old advertisers from the apps that I wanted, and then a week or two later, I scanned it. I mean, deep scan every day, or scan your apps every day when if you have nothing to do. But it actually picked up some app selectors. I had like three and a smart news type of, but erase history and then download like a malware. It should keep your phone performing pretty good for a few days, but sometimes it might go back to lagging and stuff, and that could be because the device is kind of out of date, or so what you want to do for that is go to storage and then look up your phone's information. This is 16 gigabytes total. See if there's enough free space for apps and things, and check the there's all types of menus and things. But from the storage area and stuff, you can also check like the system itself and stuff. You might have to do a system update, or you might have to reset, certain, there's a lot of options there. But this kind of newish phone is it has expandable memory. I have to open the case up and stuff. There's two cameras, one in the front and back. But I kind of open the case on the opposite side of the buttons, and then there's an expandable memory slot, and I basically don't know if this is hooked on, turned on for a long time, or I don't know the data plan. somebody just people were going around the neighborhood and signing up people for just a free phone. So yeah, it's just mess around with electronics. I've been sorting out quite a few things. I have a cleaning rag, a spray bottle, uh, sorting out, half of this is kind of a random uh, pile of, just random stuff. And I have boxes and containers. I'm sorting things out with this suitcase, this red suitcase under there. But before I get to this, I'm going to show you guys my next DIY. Well, it's going to be a pretty much a range booster for your cell phone. So I have coaxial cables. So I pretty much added some of the notes, malware, so clear Google history, internet, Wi-Fi, off Wi-Fi DNS, malware scanner, display, frames per second, helps the GPU maintain a decent, there's 30, 60, 90 frames per second. Go for the lowest. You gotta let pages load and buffer. My phone's a 1.8 gigahertz, but a range booster, there's 2.0, there's 2.4. So just adding all, notes to what I covered on the internet, router, and device. So I could just double check. But this is pretty much a range booster, all types of notes. And how I do it, how I pretty much watch videos and then basically A, B, C, and try to label these D, E, and those are just the steps that I took notes, and I drew pretty much the circuit and things like that, or this is a magnet coil, and just and some of the specifications, whereas there's going to be a large capacitor on the voltage in and out, and there's going to be a small capacitor, 1000, 2000, 200, and there could be a smaller and then there's a resistor, which I drew right here. You can't really see it, but so this larger capacitor stores up energy to run this ICB circuit, IC, and then the resistor is actually the input, and it goes through this chip, and then the lower capacitor is actually the output, antenna output, and this is voltage input. So and then L, and then there's like M somewhere, Q. And what I did was I actually turned the page over and then reorganized all the notes. Magnet, I don't have what he was using, so I have a coffee can, coaxial TV cable, copper hanger for the antenna, and and then I kind of drew a diagram. So A, and then from G is the circuit board. So the A is the antenna, and then the G is, crystal capacitor, 20 megahertz, 3 capacitors, a chip, a resistor, and some wires. And then the M is the power supply, which was 5 volts in the video. A mobile charger adapter, took a few notes. So this is actually a cell phone range booster. And right here I'm organizing. Here's power adapters. This is like a HP printer. These are USB, and this is a HDMI cable. Landline for internet router. I do have a few piles. I'm redo a few videos where it's to show you more stuff that I've collected. But printer cables. So I kind of emptied out this tennis racket bag. It was filled with all types of DIY stuff that I was collecting. But I have coaxial cables in here, and I have extra spare plastic bags and things. And these are actually computer cables for the PC itself, power cables to the power unit and things. So, and there's just other containers of just random, cleaned up stuff. And I just want to protect them from dust or something like that. There's so right here I just dump just random bags like this right here. This is just random stuff. So I kind of, just like the wires over here, I kind of just sort out things according. There's drill bits for my skateboard, and I have a small empty box right here for anything that is actually sorted out. I have like corks right here, so anything that's sorted out, and then I could just kind of keep that there for now. This is pretty much a small flashlight, and then there's just and then I could get another container, but right here is actually just more plastic containers similar to something like this and stuff, but it's not all the same. And there's actually a bunch of lighters that I'm going to try to make like a LED strobe light or something like that for later on. Or I've got Christmas lights and all that stuff, but I'm still sorting out quite a few things. I find a lot of random stuff. Like this is like a bristly plastic type of situation, which could go inside of this bag right there. But and just spacers and things that I really don't know where they're gonna go, but something useful and handicrafted. I found another dental retainer kind of case, which is pretty cool to have. Those things could add up to being valuable. There's a small hand sander, and yeah, just more random stuff to sort out. And to finish this video, it's taking me YouTube since my connection and just stuff that I know is still good, so I could kind of sort them out here and then put them in a final location somewhere similar to something like this. So I just dumped a few things there. So I've got this right here, this plastic bag that's empty, and I'm going to just show you guys what's in this pile of electronics. But there's just phone holders and things for the car, and there's a power adapter right here. Before I dump stuff out, I could pre-sort a few things. There's even this thing, which could be used for something else. This is kind of like a USB cable that's kind of crushed. Head small, and this is HDMI, but the thing is, this side is HDMI too, so now I have two HDMI cables, and this rag right here kind of stays right here to help me wipe and clean that up. So looking through here, just picking out whatever that isn't going to take throwing it into this plastic bag. It's an optical filter, a little antenna, a certain type of cassette case, 60 minutes. There's a car alarm. There's a USB or a small cell phone adapter. And yeah, there's spare electronics and components that I'm going to harvest. So here's another adapter, power adapter, and it's always good to read the labels. It's 2 amps. But yeah, YouTube is taking a little long, uploading videos. So I guess I'll try to keep this as short as possible. But putting all this stuff right there. There's a power outlet. So see you guys later. So yeah, sometimes it takes hours just to upload a certain video, so I gotta keep cleaning my phone and build that range booster. So I'll see you later.